Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Pancakes and Power Slams. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, for yet another episode of the Pancakes and Power Slams Show. Let's get it. Let's go. 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 Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. What's up? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Just waiting for the P&P Nation to come on through. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. 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 We at the P&P Nation. We with the P&P fam. Yo. Got the P&P Nation. We want the P&P fam. The P&P Nation. We with the P&P fam. Yo, the P&P Nation. We with the P&P fam. What's up, everybody? Let's get this show on the road, doing the promos and all that jazz. Waiting for people to come on in. Waiting for people to come on in the building, and we got the room filling up. We got the room filling up, y'all. Yeah, we got the room filling up. Yeah, got the room filling up, y'all. We got the comment section filling up, filling up, y'all. 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 What's up, y'all? What is going on, P&P Nation? We are here for episode 633 of the Pancakes and Powerslams Show, and we are having a great time as always. P&P Nation, we got some things to talk about today. We got some stuff. We got some stuff to talk about. The feature of the show tonight is going to be, I'm going to talk about I'm going to play another clip. First of all, Patreon. I've got some things for the Patreon. Let me get my late night coffee consumption there. Yeah, we got some fun topics, fun thing for the Patreon tonight. So we're going to do another quiz. I'm not going to tell you how last week went. Join the Patreon and see what happened last week, as far as if we won the quiz or not. But this week, the quiz. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what the quiz. It's going to be fun though. It's going to be really, really fun. It's going to stretch our minds a little bit, but not too much. And we gotta do this. We gotta do this. All right. All right. So I'm going to play a clip. I'm going to play a clip of someone quietly retiring This was an interview that was on the Chris Van Vliet, and I'm going to play it. And we're going to analyze it. So, what's up, PNP? What's up, PNP fam? See, y'all rocking and rolling, getting those questions ready. Awesome sauce, awesome stuff. All right, let's get into the topic at hand. I got hair here. It's got my beard trimmed. I love having fresh cuts. I get my hair cut often. Got to stay fresh. Got to stay camera ready, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing is about fresh trims and fresh cuts is that there's hair follicles from trimming and doing all the cosmetic stuff. There's like pieces of hair that just kind of just floats around. One of the worst things to do is eat something right after you get your hair cut and your beard trimmed and your mustache trimmed. It's like hair just kind of everywhere, and you never know. It's just you probably have consumed pieces of hair there. So, all right, so let's get into this. Let's get into this tonight, man. Let me pull this up. This is an interesting development, but not really development. You kind of knew this was going to happen, but at the same time, this is kind of like an unofficial retirement from this guy. So without further ado, I'm going to play this. This is Chris Van Vliet, and yeah, let's do this. Let me enlarge this. Let me enlarge this. Oh yeah, it don't matter. All right, so I think I can blow it up. Maybe it's only a reel, so might not be able to blow it up, but if not, it's all good, man. It's all good. Let's play it.
Ironically enough, I just got green lighted. The fusion has.
All right, you can hear that too. Let me know. Yeah, I don't think you can blow it up, but it's all good. We can make it work this here. Actually, let me actually shorten myself so you can see a better angle for this one here. There we go. All right. Let me know if you can hear that. Let me know if you can hear it. Let me just get a green light from someone in the PNP Nation. Just give me a quick yay if you can hear that. Okay, cool. We hear it. All right, here we go.
Completely fused. As far as like looking at it from a medical point of view, it's safe to get back in the ring, I guess. But at almost 48 years old, given the opportunity that I've been given now to work as a producer, which was my goal coming to WWE almost 8 years ago, I'm quite happy doing this, and I feel like I've had a good run, and I'm happy to do what I'm doing now.
Do you think now that you're next fused that you could wrestle again?
Ironically enough, I just got green lighted. The fusion has completely fused. As far as
don't miss that he's medically cleared. He's medically cleared to compete. Let me see. So he's medically cleared to compete. Don't miss that. Because it's important to understand that real quick. Let me jump in real quick. So he just said he got green lighted, the fusion's all good, and he is medically cleared to compete. But he's 48 years old. Is he going to get back in the ring? Here we go. Let's find out.
It's like looking at it from a medical point of view, it's safe to get back in the ring, I guess. But at almost 48 years old, given the opportunity that I've been given now to work as a producer,
Yeah.
which was my goal coming to WWE almost 8 years ago. I'm quite happy doing this. And I feel like I've had a good run, and I'm happy to do what I'm doing now.
Do you think now that you're next fused that you could wrestle again?
Ironically enough, I just got green lighted.
So if you just noticed that, he said he got green lighted. He said he got green lighted, but he is saying I'm medically cleared. I got green lighted. However, I'm 48 years old and I'm happy where I am now. So that is a quiet retirement. He's saying, look, I'm able to compete, but at the same time, based on my age and how happy I am now being an agent or a producer, I'm good. I'm good. Don't bother me. Let me produce, and I'm good. So that's the thing. That's the thing. And that man, the glorious theme song and just what Bobby Roode had, especially in NXT, man, he was absolute gold in NXT. The glorious theme song, it ended up becoming viral, like just the glorious bombs or whatever, and just it would just come up. It became such a big thing, man. And he was ruined on their main roster. Just so underbooked in so many ways, man. Bobby Roode is money. He's been money, even with the Off the Chain theme song back in the day in TNA, man. He was money. He's been money. When he was a Team Canada, Beer Money, his singles run, he like you had somebody there, man. You had someone big there, and man, he just was so underutilized so many times, man. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he did rack up a U.S. title run and a tag team title run with Dolph Ziggler. But at the same time, man, he still played second fiddle to Dolph Ziggler in many ways. The glorious theme song, the glorious theme, the entrance, he came, he was a babyface. And I was like, you know what, man? Oh, I get, because of Glorious Bombs, it was cool, it was infectious, it was something that was rolling with it. I just think that it would have caught steam better if he would have came as a heel and he would have turned into a baby face based on the organic feel of the crowd. But that's just one of many reasons why they failed on Bobby Roode. And here's the thing, man, to be honest with you, if I was Bobby Roode, I would do exactly what he's doing now. He's like, look, I'm making money. I'm making good money. I'm almost 50 years old. There's absolutely no reason for me to be in a WWE ring right now, because guess what? You are going to underutilize me and mismanage me and just totally improperly book me, just like you did all the other time I was on the main roster. So either A, I'm going to be on the main roster and just being some type of mid-card talent, maybe have a few wins racked up, and then all of a sudden I'm just going to lose a string of matches. That's been happening throughout my entire main roster career. Or B, I'm going to be an agent, work matches, create the flow of matches, be in charge to do that, and get paid very well to be backstage and don't have to take a bump ever in my life. B for the win, ladies and gentlemen. B for the win. B for the win. And I think at the end of the day, man, it's like it's like, man, look, at the end of the day, okay, I get the thrill. I understand. I used to amateur wrestle, and I've trained, becoming a pro wrestler. Never decided to. I was actually offered twice by two indie promotions to be a wrestler there. One was probably we're talking about 25 years ago now. And then the other one was about 15 years ago, somewhere around there. And so I declined both times because I just wanted a family, and I just didn't have the angst to be a part of the wrestling life. I always wanted to be a doctor, and so I was like, "No, man, I've got goals. I want to become a doctor. I want to have a family. I want to just stay where I'm at and just make a lot of money, doing what I'm doing, and make just as much money than the bottom 90% of wrestlers. I'm making more money than they are, and so basically, I'd rather do that." And I did. I was able to successfully do that, thank God. But it's just one of those things, man. You have to get to a point where, with Bobby Roode, he was absolutely totally mismanaged, totally underutilized, and he inspires people to, at the end of the day, man, he made it. He was able to successfully do it, man. He doesn't have to get back in the ring, just like a lot of these people do. A lot of these people are in their 70s still wrestling indie shows for $500 maybe, and doing autograph sessions just to pay rent. Like, we have to understand what the wrestling game really is. And you have a lot of these wrestlers who would give everything to be an agent right now for the WWE, because, granted, there's some people who I've become really cool with, who've really done well, like Mike Bucci, for instance, Supernova. He's been in banking, very successful banking. Mike Knox, he's in real estate now, doing very well. So there's a lot of wrestlers that I still talk to that are doing very well outside of wrestling. And that's wonderful, because they decided to endeavor in another career, because they know that, like, man, I'm not going to do these appearances, into my 60s and 70s just to make a few bucks. And so you got to understand, agent work or producer work at 48 years old, man, solid. Kudos, major kudos to Bobby Roode, because either he could have not been hired as an agent and still be wrestling at 48 in a way of maybe winning a match or two, but still kind of being in the middle of the road, or, hey, being where he is now, solid, and creating the magic that comes with the matches. And so great deal. Is, call it a blessing in disguise, as a man of faith. I'll attribute it to that, but it really worked out for him. This was probably the worst and the best thing that could have ever happened to Bobby Roode. The worst thing, because he had such a bad neck injury that he had to be out for a while. But the positive of it is he got to become a part of the backstage crew, as far as making the matches, as far as putting together the matches, not actually making the actual matches, but agents or producers, they put together the match. They're assigned matches and they put it together. They usually put the spots, the finish, the ebbs and flows. And I got a lot of really good sources backstage, and I was told that he was a part of being an agent of putting together the Cody versus Roman match. So kudos to him, man. Very tipping my hat to Bobby Roode. And I definitely wish the absolute best for his job and his endeavors. So far, he's making some good matches, and so kudos to him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time for the question. Let's get into this. Let's get into this one by one. Of course, hashtag Ask Doc is the way to go. And I will address your questions with the hashtag of Ask Doc. We got the People's Wrestling Channel in the building. Have you seen the pic of The Rock in his latest movie? Yes, I have seen that. I have seen The Rock, latest pic of The Rock. Hey, that's the life of a movie star, man. You have to adapt to the role that you've being assigned to do. I mean, if you get hired to do a role and you accept it, hey, there's people who had to gain weight, lose weight, shave their head, grow their hair. That's a part of acting, man. That's a part of acting. Did I check out Baby Reindeer? I've not checked it out yet. It is on my to-do list. I'm watching a pretty interesting documentary currently. I'll tell my patrons what it is that I'm currently going right now watching, and we'll talk about that on the Patreon. All right, I will buy a couple PNP t-shirts next month. Awesome. I got PNP t-shirts for you to purchase. There's a price for non-Patreon members, and there's a discounted price for Patreon members. So join the Patreon, pay $1 a week, and less than $1 a week, actually, and take advantage of getting a discounted rate on PNP shirts, as I've worn to the show on several occasions. We got Sev D Save. Sev D Sav. Do you think every WWE superstar has a different head writer, or does it depend on your talent and how much over you are with the crowd? Well, there's a ton of writers now. There's writers and there's agents that produces matches. And so when it comes to actually writing shows, I mean, Triple H has a big hand to do with that. I think Ryan Ward is still around. Man, as far as just writers, man, there's like a couple dozen of them now, at least a dozen or two. There's just a ridiculous amount of writers nowadays that man, it appears that the left hand don't know what the right hand is doing in many ways, man. It kind of reflects, well, kind of it oftentimes reflects on television as far as just the same matches over and over and over again. But as far as just when they're writing for someone, they're prone to concentrating on it a little bit more based on overness. But at the same time, they pigeonhole people to not really have an opportunity to get over either. So that's a big, huge problem as well. Elvis is in the building. Thank you very much. There are bats at my workplace at the elementary school. Very nice. Very nice. They found somewhere to live, and indeed. Elvis, you got a weird story for us every single week, man. Bats in the school now. Wow. Sev is asking what will happen to Roman Reigns now. What or how would you book him? Ooh, okay. So see, here's my thing. Here's what I would still heavily factor in when it comes to Roman Reigns. I think that I still want to see Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. I still want to see Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble. I will see Jey Uso go against Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. I think that's where the money is. I think that's where the money should be. And I think that you want to talk about, like I said this before, man, you want to talk about finishing the story, ladies and gentlemen. You want to talk about finishing the story. the real finishing the story is Jey Uso beating Roman Reigns. The bloodline storyline, etc., and infinitum. The bloodline storyline is legitimately finishing the story, and that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Somehow Roman Reigns beats Cody again. Roman Reigns is champ by the time the WrestleMania season comes back around. Heck, man, you can stretch this all the way out to Royal Rumble as far as Cody losing to Roman Reigns. That would be a 9-month title reign. That's a long title reign. A 9-month title reign is a long title reign. So, I mean, why not, man? Why not? Because at the end of the day, I want to see Jey versus Roman, man. And so, yes, you'll have maybe Roman come back as a baby face. Maybe, I guess that's what's happening with all this rogue bloodline stuff, 2.0 bloodline. Where does it go? I don't know, man. I don't know. But Roman as a heel, I know that fickle fans, weird fickle fans are cheering for Roman Reigns, and he's done nothing to elicit cheers, but be absent. Talk about absence makes the heart grow fonder. Fans are just notorious for that. And then guess what? 3 weeks later, they'll start booing Roman Reigns because he'll do the exact same things that he was before he left. Like the first few weeks, he'll say, "Acknowledge me." Fans will be like, "Oh, acknowledge you, Roman Reigns." And then after the first 3 weeks to months over, then they'll start booing him again. I mean, that's how fans work. So you might as well be a heel because you're going to become a heel. So I think if you want to do that, give Roman Reigns his return and then turn him heel again. I'm for it, man. I'm for it and get that title back. And I want to see Jey versus Roman, man. This is an opportunity for you to really build up some really, really good baby faces. Jey Uso is the most organic face going on right now. The most, I mean, with the Firefly yeet, corporate yeet, yeeting or whatever you want to call it. It's working, man. It's working. And there's not much that really excites me about pro wrestling, if anything, really. There's only 2 things that excite me about pro wrestling. One is Drew McIntyre's run. I think his run is money. I think he's just hitting on every cylinder as far as just his character work is now. And I think that Jey Uso's babyface run, I'm a big fan of. I'm a fan of Jey Uso. He's probably my favorite wrestler in the WWE as far as the babyface is concerned. Most likely, I would say, because I like the organic. It's natural. It feels authentic. It doesn't feel contrived. The fans are with it. It's infectious. It translates through the screen. And I think it works. And I think you need to capitalize on that. I always say if it's lightning in the bottle moments, do something with it, man. No, don't always just go where the fans take you, because that would put the power in the fans' hands, which unfortunately it's been in the fans' hands for way too long. That's the reason why we have just storylines that end abruptly or is microwaved instead of put in the oven. It's horrible. That's the reason why we have just ridiculous babyface and heel turns. You got to be old school and control the crowd and not let the crowd control you. And that's what happens with booking nowadays. They let the crowd control their decisions way too much. And as someone who started watching wrestling in the mid 80s, I can't stand it. I can't stand seeing it because that just takes so much of the intrigue out of the product as a whole, man. You're not giving me cliffhangers. You're not making me want to come back, and that's unfortunate. So that's what I would do with with Roman Reigns. Have him be champ by WrestleMania next year, and have Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso to really finish the story. People's Wrestling Channel. I got another 3 wrestling t-shirts yesterday. I now have 328 wrestling t-shirts. He is the t-shirt collector, ladies and gentlemen. T-shirt collector. Don't forget we need to do King and Queen of the Ring and Double or Nothing predictions. Oh, I forgot Double or Nothing is this weekend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll make some time for that. What's next for Jey Uso? Okay, well, there you go, Elvis. I answered 2 questions in once. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Goes in the building. Goddess is in the building. Aaron is in the building. What's up, everybody? What does K-Fave mean to you, great sir? K-Fabe, actually, but that was a very interesting conversation that I had with my really good friend Bill Atta yesterday. I still, I'm people who know me very well. Look, I am the one. I'm like the Inquisitor. I ask questions all the time, and I have no issue with asking questions, learning. I'm a forever student. I call myself that. So being taught something, I have no issue with that. I have a daggone PhD. So clearly I'm interested in learning. And so I have no issue with that at all. I am a bull when it comes to defending a point. And that's something that I'm very, I can get stubborn when I don't think a point has been changed. It's not easy to sway me whatsoever. My close friends would tell you that I am not easily swayed. I'm very bullish when it comes to proving my point. And if I don't feel like there's a stark disagreement, I try to find an area of harmony. If not, it's okay. And so with that being said, I didn't think, like, what I meant by what kayfabe meant was character, like pro wrestlers back in the day protected their character at all costs. So we're not going to let people get in, like, know about the business, get in the business, see us outside of character, know anything about our personal lives, know anything about the goings on. You're staying in your character at all times. That's what I meant by kayfabe. And so, Bill Apter is a good friend, man, but at times he just doesn't listen, to my point, someone else's point. He just kind of goes on and of what he was saying. And I think that there was some harmony in that moment, but he wasn't really looking to find a middle ground. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to find a middle ground here. And then, as you saw, I was like, you know what? This isn't a hill that I'm going to die on. It's just not. I still found a middle ground there, because that's what I meant, is characters protecting wrestlers protecting their characters at all costs. What I just explained. And so I'm not a big fan of explaining myself too. And so, like, when it gets to the point when I have to repeatedly explain myself, I just kind of like, you know what? Like, I don't like doing that. I don't like I don't really like people constantly explaining myself to me, or giving me explanation or excuses and stuff. I'm just not a fan of that. And I'm not a fan. You can ask my wife, my kids, my friend. I'm not a friend of constantly having to explain myself. I think that's a waste of time. And so I was like, you know what, man, it's all good, man. I'll give that one to you. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth over the name kayfabe. Although I do feel like we did reach middle ground, but it is what it is, man. Derek, Bobby Roode had a terrific run in TNA. He was such a great heel that he made me hate his guts. Yeah, I agree, man. He was a really, really good heel in the singles run. And he just had the it factor, man. That was his name. He was named the it factor. And I agree. He had the it factor in TNA. And they just dropped the ball on WWE. Unfortunately, NXT he was even good. I mean, he ended up winning the NXT championship. But the main roster, man, they have a way of courtesing people coming from NXT or from outside. Sev, which was your most favorite WWE champion belt design of all time? Doesn't matter the era. My favorite belt design of all time was the 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s era. So like late Attitude Era, going into right before the Undisputed Championship. So that was Undisputed was 02, I believe. Yeah, so they had the World Heavyweight Championship and the Undisputed belt designs, which Brock and Triple H had, I believe. So that design right before the Undisputed design. The Undisputed belt wasn't that bad too, the one that JBL had. But the one before that, Attitude Era time, late 90s, love that belt design. That's my favorite design. Let's see. Sev, who should beat Damian Priest for his belt, or should he continue to hold the belt and turn babyface? It appears that they're teasing Priest and Finn. I just, both of them, their stock is just so low. Both of them are. And it's just like, I don't care about Finn versus Priest, man. Come on. But I do care about the other tease, which is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, which I do think that they will be doing that in Scotland next month at the Scotland pay-per-view. I do think they will do that, and I do think that Drew McIntyre will win in his home country. Aaron, I heard you and Vince talking about Liv. How would you book her heel run? Oh man, I said it yesterday, man. It's another area that Bill and I didn't agree with, but that's totally okay. I don't mind disagreeing with friends, but I'm not for it, man. I'm not feeling a Liv Morgan heel turn. Is not doing it for me. The heat that she's drawing, like she doesn't look intimidating whatsoever. Like what is kind of getting Liv by is the fact that she's just kind of being like snotty, bratty, kind of getting her by, but she's smaller than, she's smaller than Becky Lynch. She's smaller than most of the women's roster. So like a lot of times when you would have female talent like that, they would have like some type of heavy or something like that with them. But there's nothing about Liv Morgan that looks intimidating at all. Like even if you do like a chicken crap heel, like a lot of the smaller talent that were heels would do they would be like a chicken crap heel. And so they would do that to win matches. They would, pull the tights or put the feet on the ropes or whatever, or slither out and stuff like that. I don't think there should be a heel run to book. So I can't even conjure or I can't even mesh thoughts together currently to even make that make sense in my head as far as her being heel. I don't see it. If she gets some type of heavy, like if Raquel Rodriguez, who also is being grossly underutilized, her and Raquel used to team together. So maybe if Raquel comes back when she's healthy and she's her heavy in that sense, maybe we're talking here. Although I do like Raquel as a babyface, although they were booking her very blandly. Or look, there's many women in NXT currently. You can bring someone up from NXT, or you already got Kiana Jane. She's impressive. She looks impressive. Maybe her. you got to have some type of heavy that can go toe to toe with most of the women on the roster that can be a shield for Liv. Other than that, her by herself, nah, man, I'm not buying it. The People's Wrestling Channel, Cody looked so weak on SmackDown. He got bullied by Logan. You know, I just watched SmackDown highlights, man. That's all I mean, I haven't watched a full episode of SmackDown in a year, maybe. It's been a while. I keep up. I'm on socials a lot. So I do keep up with what the socials are updating me with. And if I see like something that happened, I'll go back and watch like a clip on WWE's YouTube. Like I heard about the Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Actually, I didn't even know that Nia Jax beat Jade Cargill until I saw the bracket yesterday on Raw. And so, yeah, I mean, and so I was like, I wonder how Jade Cargill lost to Nia Jax. And then I went and saw the video. So I pulled up the video on YouTube and I saw that hey, I got a new sub. Shout out to MJ. So that was one of the things that I didn't even see it. And so I went back to WWE's YouTube, looked at the vid, and that's how I found out. So that's usually how I find out my SmackDown stuff. Sev, after all this finished the story, Cody, how long do you foresee him holding the belt? I doubt he will reign longer than Roman, who should be called. Yeah, because I talked about that. I can see probably Survivor Series, which would be 7 months, a 7-month title reign, which is long, or Royal Rumble, which would be a 9-month title reign, which is also long. What was the ugliest championship belt you ever seen? Jeff Hardy's replacement TNA championship. That belt was ugly. Michael Basolano is in the building, another patron. Shout out to Michael being a patron. Not a well-planned King of the Ring tournament pacing. And when have you ever seen a tournament go right up to the night before pay-per-view? Semis, that's true. Semis are Friday and Saudi, while Raw winners have 4 days to rest. That's a good point too. Like the semis, like right, you're having someone compete a day before the pay-per-view. That's odd. Yeah. I mean, again, man, you're giving us this microwave booking and expect us to have oven mindsets for it. It's just not going to work, man. The People's Wrestling Channel. I heard Liv is single now, so I have a chance. However small, minuscule, there's a chance. Hey, man, go for it. Go for it. She's is reportedly single now. Liv is going to be Dom's new mommy. Yes, I've said that for several weeks now. Now, if Dom's going to be affiliated with Liv Morgan, that's heat. Like you'll get heat there. That's like when Vicky Guerrero was involved with anyone. She got heat. The person got heat. But here's the problem. Though. Vicky Guerrero and Dom, they both get heat. I think Dom gets more go away heat. The heat now is just different too. Like the heat when Vicky Guerrero was getting it was like straight up wonderful heat of people who just despise the character of Vicky Guerrero. With Dominic, though, the heat is let's get ourselves over, so therefore let's jeer Dominic because it was just a cool thing to do that we started, so therefore we'll continue to make it a thing. And so the heat is just different, man. It's just different, unfortunately. We get Sev Hardcore Championship. Yeah, it was meant to be ugly though, so yeah, it was ugly, but that was the point. Or Undisputed Championship if you had to choose one, belt or neither. If I had to choose one, it would definitely be the Undisputed Championship. Undisputed Championship isn't a terrible design. It's okay. Used to have Mickey James as Alexa Bliss used to, yeah, absolutely, exactly. Yep. Alexa Bliss was with Mickey James. Yep. I should interview, Seb says. Who should I interview? Aaron. Or should I be an interviewer? What do you mean by that? Aaron, Cody does not need to have the U.S. title. Yeah, I still don't understand the stip there. I mean, they're building champion versus champion, but I've seen in the socials that both of them are just kind of hinting of like possibly being double champion. And but why would I understand why you did the match just because of Logan's popularity. So I'm not mad at the match. I'm not mad at the match at all, actually. But I mean, how do you make that make sense? Do you do a screwy finish? Why would you do a screwy finish at Saudi? If you have Cody as U.S. champion, why in the world would you have Cody as double champion? You need that U.S. belt to be put on someone to help their career. Cody definitely doesn't need that. It just, I don't know. We'll see how this turns out, but yikes. Sev Benjamin. I should interview Benjamin from the Hurt Business or Matt with the Flying Slippers, No Shoes Wrestler. Oh, Matt Riddle. I would love to interview. I've interacted with Matt Riddle before. Never with Shelton Benjamin. I would like to interview him. I'd be totally fine with that. Zubair's in the building. Hello, Doc. I'm currently doing 1 set till failure, 4 lifting exercises along with multi-rep rest pause method. Very nice. Ever tried those before? I have done sets till failure, yes. Heard the great Mike Mendez, a bodybuilder, learned it works. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good it's a good workout routine. Yep. When hopefully I got to, y'all pray for me because my back, I'm ready to. I mean, I work out 5 days a week. I work out like a machine 5 days a week. But I'm so ready to get even more intense in my workouts as far as like doing some I do supersets now a lot, but I want to start doing some really intense stuff. I lift weights, I do cardio, but I definitely want to do there's some other stuff that I really am excited to do. Hopefully I've had back problems for nearly 30 years. And so I'm just ready for them to be over. And there's just so many things that I'm just excited about and hopefully when the pain in my back reduces. It's incredibly painful every single day. Every day, unfortunately. Benjamin's in the building. Oof, very late tonight. Tripped on my brick in the backyard that got left out and lost a toenail. Oh no, man. Yikes. Sorry to hear that. Thank you for your commitment despite that unfortunate matter there. What if WWE brings back Vicky to be Dom's manager? Now, that would be funny. That would be very funny. Cole is in the building. Curious to know how you think they will push Braun Breaker. I don't even know, man. I don't even know with all this. I'm mad at the world because I wasn't in the King of the Ring match. Man, what? You ain't gunning for no title. You mad? You're spearing Ricochet and he lost. You just deciding to spear somebody. Why don't you spear Sami Zayn? Why don't you spear Damian Priest? I mean, just was spear Ricochet. Let's see who's in the King. there's a bunch of people. Ricochet, I'll just spear him. That made sense. People's Wrestling Channel. It's just for the WWE title on Saudi. Logan bully Cody into signing a contract of his own. Okay, cool. So Cody will beat Logan Paul then. It'll be a straight up win. Zoo Bear, when I met Angle, we sadly cut off due to store clerk rushing everyone, barely getting chance to talk to Kurt, yet wanted to talk to everyone. Is that how it normally is with outside WWE meetups? Yeah, I mean, it is quite a bit. It really depends on the person, man. You know, go to these conventions. You can test, you know, how someone really feels about people. Like when you see them at a random gas station, like that's like when I was covering 29. That's when Kofi won, right? That was Kofi Mania. It was 29. That was 2019. So I was doing media all that weekend. And it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning, close to about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just left an ROH show. Yeah, it was the ROH show, I believe. It was the one with the ladder match between the Young Bucks and the Hardys, I believe. It was a pretty good match. And so I was covering media there at the ROH show. And Supercard, I believe it was. Yeah, Supercard of Honor. And so no, that was 18. 19 I was I was in Jersey. I did something in Jersey. No, it wasn't it was a TNA. That's what it was. It was a TNA show. 18 was the Bucks and Hardys. That's when Hardys came back the next night or 2 nights later on whatever, the same weekend. Now they was at ROH. And then they came back. They did a surprise. They did a surprise return at in Orlando. That's what it was. So that was 38. 39. I mean, that was 28. Wait, that was 33 in 2018. 33. 34 was New Orleans. 35 was what was that? That was in New York. I mean, that was in New Jersey. That was that year. Yeah. Okay. So I did a TNA event that weekend. That's what it was. So I was in Jersey because I drive from New York to New Jersey for the TNA event. And I came back because it was probably an hour, 15 minutes from my spot to drive over to Jersey to cover this TNA event. And so I know I had about an hour, 15-minute drive to go back to New York to go to my where I was staying at the time. So I picked up something to drink, and lo and behold, I look over to my left, and this is nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. I look over to my left, and Jay Lethal was right there. So, Ava Story, maybe. I think that's her name. I forgot. It was one of these divas that's or one of these women's wrestlers that's like is known by some, like in the indies, and she had some spurts in, like, I think Ring of Honor and a couple spurts in WWE or AEW or something like that. She just kind of pops her face in certain big name promotions, but she never really like became a big star in the big promotions. But they were together, and I mean, I just talked to him. He was super nice. It was like 2 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and he could have been snappy. He could have been like, I'm not really feeling it. But yeah, we chatted, and I took a picture, man. He was just super nice. That's when you know, like, you got a real one right there for sure. Zubair felt bad for Kurt as he was also forced to sign store items like those airport stalkers. Yeah, man, that's what you sign up for in the business, man. All right, Sev, my prayers go to you and your health, your family, and wishing you the best. Take it day by day, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Always appreciate your prayers, man. Prayer changes things. Prayer works. Thank you so much. Family, come over to patreon.com / Pancakes and Powerslams. So guess what we're going to talk about today? We're going to hurry up because of a patron's request. We're going to hurry up and do predictions. And then we're going to see if we can complete one-time WWE Champions quiz. So we got to list all of the one-time WWE champions. So that's going to be super duper fun. Sev, this is random, but can you sing the Family Member Matters intro? You know, that's funny. That is super random, but I love my sitcom theme songs. It's a rare condition this day and age to reading the good news on a newspaper page, right? That's the theme. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Why are they pulling that up? Pulling up some Drake song. What the heck? What y'all doing? Here we go. In the world, it's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. There you go. That's as much as you'll get for today. All right, y'all. Patreon.com / Pancakes and Powerslams. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about some predictions. We're going to discuss the one-time WWE champion. So get your thinking caps on. Don't cheat. We are going to collectively finish this off, and we're going to successfully complete one-time WWE Champions quiz. All right. Always a pleasure, man. Wonderful show as always. Until next week, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless, and always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody.